Hi, this is Mama Panda and you're in the Panda Family channel. When I became pregnant with Jacob, I remember having felt terrible. I had the feeling of being completely out and ugly. Like this awful feeling when you really wake up with the idea that you look the worst in your life. Then I went to the mirror and I looked at myself and I found myself particularly pretty. It was so crazy that I thought that there was something not normal. That's what made me go to a drugstore and buy a pregnancy test, and I confirmed that I was pregnant. Not every symptom of pregnancy is so hard to spot, so I give you a list of signs and symptoms that will tell you that you're probably pregnant. The first thing I want to talk about is the implantation bleeding. This is a small bleeding that can be pink or light brown that happens in the middle between the conception and the time that your period would have come. That means 7 days before the date that your period would have come and 7 days after the real conception. It can last 1 or 2 days and it definitely doesn't have clots. It can only be 1 or 2 drops. It can be just a feeling that there's something going down, and it could be absolutely nothing. The interesting thing about the implantation bleeding is that some people confuse it with the period, especially when you're not expecting being pregnant. So you see some blood, you think that it's your period, and that's it. You just continue your life. This happens in the moment where the fertilized egg gets implanted in the uterus. Another common symptom is the aversion for certain food. It can be even something that you used to love and suddenly is disgusting. In my Spanish video, which you can see here, people already has been telling me that they loved oranges and chocolate, even chocolate before pregnancy, and as soon as they get pregnant, they stop liking it. This might be related with the fact that some women smell more things than usually. Their nose gets a lot more sensitive and they can smell things that they didn't used to smell. All these things happens because of the hormonal changes. And another thing that the hormonal changes of pregnancy do to you are the changes of mood. That means that sometimes you're gonna cry, you're too sad, sometimes you're super happy, and you don't understand anything. It's like being a teenager again and not understanding what the heck is going on in your head. It's also common to feel abdominal swelling and even cramps. Of course, that's a very, very, very common symptom of the normal monthly period. So it's really easy to confuse one with the other. But I say it because if you're pregnant and you feel these things, it's completely normal and doesn't mean that you're gonna get your period and you're gonna get sick. It's part of the normal beginning of a pregnancy. It is also really common to go to the toilet a lot of times, to urinate frequently. Some people tend to think that this is only at the end because of the size of the fetus and everything. No, at the beginning, your body tends to accumulate a lot of water, and that's the reason why you need to go to the toilet all the time. One of the most common things of a pregnancy is tiredness. On my Spanish video, I said that I have never met a woman that said that she didn't feel tired in the pregnancy, but a friend of mine just told me she didn't. But it's really, really common. You feel so tired as if you've been working non-stop for 48 hours or even more. You feel like sleeping in any moment. And some people even sleep where they shouldn't, like at work or where they're eating, or even when you're talking to someone, suddenly you just fall asleep. Is that awful? The being tired of the pregnancy. Your breasts start to grow. Of course, at the end, they're a lot bigger because they are already producing milk. But at the beginning, even since the beginning of the pregnancy, you start preparing them for the future milk that you're going to produce. And they start growing. They start swelling. I don't know if I should say swelling, but that's the idea. And they get super sensitive. They hurt you if something touches you, or it's really easy to make you feel uncomfortable with them. This symptom is so common that you must have seen it in every single movie that talks about pregnancy. You will feel nauseous and you might vomit. It doesn't happen to every woman. It doesn't happen every moment, and if you're really suffering from it, it will go away. I promise. If you're like most of the women, you will stop suffering from it at the end of the 3rd month. Your vaginal fluid change. It's a lot more fluid, it's white, and it's odorless. If you know that you're pregnant and you are having some fluids, some vaginal fluid that has certain color, let's say yellow or red or any other color, or it smells, please go to your doctor immediately, because it might be something not healthy. Your basal temperature remains high. If you are one of the people that control the basal temperature, that means the temperature that you have every morning, the first thing in the morning, because you are taking care of getting pregnant or of not getting pregnant, and your temperature stays high for 18 days, that means that it's very probable that you're pregnant. And of course, your period is delayed. I mean, it won't come in 9 months. So if yours really regular and your period comes every 28 exact days, and then it doesn't come, so it's really probable that you're pregnant. But of course, there are tons of other things. Even when you're completely irregular, there's tons of other things that can make your period get delayed. Stress or a big trauma, someone died. I even met people that had their period really delayed, like 10-15 days after they broke up with their boyfriends. Yeah, you can guess how scared they were. But it is normal that even for the most regular girls, the period can get late sometimes. So no matter how many symptoms you get, no matter how delayed your period is, the most accurate way to know if you're pregnant is a pregnancy test. In my Spanish channel, I have a video that explains how accurate the pregnancy tests are. I will make it also in English, and you will find one or the other here. If it's in Spanish, the English is not yet. And if you want to see how my belly grew up week by week, you can click here. It's from my other channel, but it's no words, so it would be nice. And of course, I will start posting videos about pregnancy, and I will make a list of reproduction. So if you find something here, is that the list is already working. I hope you like it. The subscription button is just there. The like button is also there and everything. I hope you had a nice time. I hope it was useful for you. You have a lot of space there to comment, and see you next Monday.